What's up? What's good, you guys? Hope you're having a wonderful, blessed day today. Happy New Year to everybody. As you can clearly see, man, we back with another one. I'm here with my partner, man. Here with my boy Kasio with a K. You feel me?
It's a
So,
pleasure.
yes, sir. Without further ado, let's get into it. I appreciate you coming, man.
I appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir. So, anybody who comes on here, the first thing I'm gonna do is talk about. I want them to talk about is them and where they're from, their background, what it was like, growing up in your environment or whatnot, because you never know who may be watching, who may tune into this. So, talk to me about that.
I'm born and raised here. Quite a peculiar story. I was born off of you. Are you from here?
Yes, I'm from
Pretty much.
pretty
Okay.
much the same.
So on Wesley Chapel, there was a gas station like a long time ago called Texaco.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
off the exit.
Okay.
So that's where I was actually delivered. I wasn't like.
Whoa,
I wasn't-
whoa, okay, whoa there. All right. Talk
I-
about getting all righty. All right. Okay. Talk about peculiar. Peculiar indeed.
yeah. Um, um, yeah, I guess I was just ready to go ahead and take over the world. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So there were my mom, her water broke, but she didn't make it to the hospital at the time.
Okay.
Basically.
All right.
So I was just delivered off the Texaco gas station. I got a little pin, a little sticker for it.
Okay,
Some more
alright.
stuff. I was so mad that they tore it down. I think they replaced it with some type of shoe store or something like that. But yeah, that was a long time ago. But yeah, I was born and raised here. Um, I kind of, I grew up in a 2-parent household.
Okay.
You know,
Any siblings?
I have an older sister. I have
Okay.
one older sister. We're
Shout out
about
to
4
her.
years apart. Shout out to her. Very annoying, but whatever. I love her. But yeah, yeah, pretty much born and raised here. I went off to Tennessee State. I went to Louisiana State University actually for my freshman year. I was studying marine science at the time.
All right, and you LSU like with the good football team.
Yeah,
LSU.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
what was that freshman year like?
Oh man, I was acting a fool. I was
Yeah,
acting a
that's
straight fool.
So-
Just having fun, experiencing college, doing whatever, but being safe and everything. But
Okay.
I realized that I was very unmotivated. I realized that that science probably just wasn't for me.
Okay.
I would always kind of just skip class and make beats and just do music outside of it all.
Right.
So I decided to transfer to Tennessee State. Got a scholarship for music, playing the saxophone.
Okay. So
And that's kind of how my musical journey, how I started taking it real seriously.
Yeah.
That's how it started.
okay. So what made you want to choose Tennessee State specifically out of all the schools? What is it about it?
A lot of my folks from Southwest DeKalb High School. That's where I went for
Okay.
high school. They were all there. A lot of my friends were there. I always liked the music scene there. It wasn't very rap based or R&B based. It was more kind of country and pop and stuff like that. All of the big businesses in the music industry were kind of stationed there off of a street called Music Row. There's a lot of publishing companies, a lot of PROs, their official headquarters are down there. So it's like a big music city.
Right. Okay.
A lot of the big country artists come down there to perform and do interviews and just get their business together.
Yeah.
So I kind of just wanted to be around that more and just understand how the business side works.
Right.
Because as far as the music tip, I was already pretty good. So my main thing was protecting whatever I decided to push out, to the world. I can still claim it as my own. That was really important to me. Reading contracts, negotiating contracts, understanding clauses, and stuff like that. I wanted to be on top of all of that.
Good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Mhm.
I'm glad that you say that, because a lot of any artist that's watching this, listen, I really want you to take heed to that, because a lot of people, they come in, they just think you just finna make some music, you finna just get paid, and you finna live happy ever after in the springtime meadow. That is not the case. It's very much a business side of, like you said, negotiating contracts, and a lot of terminology.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
a lot of terms. So talk to me, shoot. about what you found out about in these contracts and negotiations and those type of things.
Um, mm, there's one thing that always sticks to me. Something that I learned in my music business and law class is
Music business and law class. Hey, like but listen to that though. That's what was the class again?
music business and law. Mhm.
Perfect. But I'm sorry. Go. I'm sorry. Go right ahead. Yes.
the there was one thing that my professor always kind of taught us in reading contracts. There were always key terms,
Mm-hmm.
and you always look for like ambiguous type of words. Um, more
Such
so
as
in this
ambiguous.
case, more so in this case, meaning words that says I will help market you to the best of my ability. Um, I will make sure I get partial of the percentage that you earn. Like
Okay.
those type of things are not promising, and that's why it's really important to read a contract like that,
Mm-hmm.
because you know how much that they actually are willing to put into you,
Yeah.
as far as like investing into your career um and marketing you, helping you with your merch or anything of that nature. But it also depends on the artist itself.
Mm-hmm.
So in my case, like if I was signing a contract, I wouldn't want nobody touching my creative process,
Right.
since I was a producer first and made beats first. Playing the saxophone and stuff, like creating music is my specialty. Like recording and being an artist now, like that's my thing.
Yeah.
um but when I made that transition into being an artist, a lot of people in their contracts start to want to get their hands on the creative process, want to get their hands on the merch, anything that they can get their hands on. You know what I'm saying? They will kind of manipulate those words in a contract to
Mm-hmm.
make it seem like, oh, we're gonna help you, and we're gonna help you kind of collect everything that you deserve. But they'll always put in there a little piece of like, well, I'm gonna take like 20%, 30%
Mm.
uh of whatever I help you with. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Which, for some creators, it's
It's
it might
cool.
work for them.
Yeah.
So it's really important to kind of just understand like those type of wordings, um, those type of like it's almost like a secret like passage, almost
Secret passage. I
like
like that. Okay.
like
Okay.
those type of things, they try to put big words in front of you, so you can like not really see what they're really trying to tell you. and
Mm.
that's what and that was the main thing about the music business of law class. You can skim through a contract, but I always search for key things. You know what I'm saying? So all them other big words that they're giving you, like, oh, we can do this, we can do that, and you seeing all these words you don't mean it. As long as you find the things in a contract that you're looking for the most, whether it's like how much money that you're going to end up getting, if you're even going to get in advance, when you
Right.
sign the contract, and if you're going to get a signing bonus,
Yeah.
or if you're not going to get all that and you're getting stuff on the back end. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Different strokes for different folks. But
Yeah.
but it's just important to to really look at those things so you know what you want.
Right. Right. Right.
And
Okay.
stuff like that.
All right. And so like I like that. I love that answer. But so like you said, you was at LSU, you went to Southwest,
Hmm.
and you said this is when you made that transition and said music, making music, I love it. This is it.
Yeah.
So when you got to TSU and you saw everything, and who are some of the people that you met and that got you help push you forward towards your goal of this music passion or journey?
I give a lot of credit to my professors.
Okay.
They had quite a they had their own methods of kind of teaching you.
Right.
But at the end of the day, um it's really all about the choices that you make. They can give you as much advice or whatever possible,
Yeah.
but what they really taught me is how you should really just get it for yourself.
Hmm.
Everybody will have an opinion on what you do,
Right.
the type of music you make, the content that you put out. Excuse me. And you know, the way that you perform, how your stuff is mixed, everybody has like an opinion, but it's very important to really have faith in yourself first, you know, to always believe in your vision. And
Facts.
and they had kind of a funny way of showing it at times. They it was a lot of like knocking down, punching down. I wouldn't say really talking down, but kind of just like getting you to understand,
Yeah.
like, you really got to be strong with this.
Yeah.
This is a very snaky business. You know,
It
there's a lot
is.
of there's a lot of evil spirits that can come around
Yeah.
and really hinder your vision and your dream. You know, they can really knock you down. So it's really important to just have faith in yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It is very, very important. When they see that you don't have confidence in yourself, they will attack you. You know, they will really start to not only attack you, but feel like they shoot, if I'm in the game and I'm helping you out, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, then you owe something for me, because as much as you didn't believe in yourself, I'm over here pushing it for
But
you.
yeah.
That's why, you know, you start having like these managers and stuff like that that kind of like, you really don't know, you know, what they're doing for you behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? But
Sure.
I'm gonna me believing in my vision and
Yeah.
having faith in what I can do. I want to have like, if not control, knowledge
Yeah.
of all of that stuff,
Yeah.
so I'll know the type of people that I want to help me.
For
And
sure.
that's what a lot of my music industry professors were kind of teaching us, apart from like, you know, audio engineering and all the like performing and stuff like that. You know, I knew that, so my big thing was just protection and having enough knowledge to be like, well, you might say that this is the case, but from my experience and what I've been through and what I believe in,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go this route,
For sure.
you know? And a lot of people, they will follow that. Like,
Yeah.
they will follow that type of person who really believes in themselves. You know, they want to get on board, they want to support you, they want to help you. There was something that Kanye said.
Okay.
It was something that Kanye said. It was like, you you're like a drop of water. You could be a drop of water in an ocean of people who can really support you and protect you, you know. But it's up to you to have that vision and have that faith,
Yeah.
and be strong enough, you know, to not let an ocean drown you. You know what I'm saying? When you are a drop of water. And that hit me a lot, because a lot of people just really don't believe in themselves, you know,
Dog. Yes.
enough to really like, I wouldn't say necessarily like embarrass yourself, but not be afraid to get out there and promote your music in any way, shape, or form. Like
Right.
promoting your business. You know, it's okay to feel like, man, I feel like I'm looking like a fool, right, bro. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
fighting for your dream. You're
Yeah.
fighting for your vision. Like, those are the type of people that those are the type of people that a lot of industry people are looking for. You
Hmm.
know, you're strong enough to hold your own.
Yeah.
And that's what I learned in school. Like, that's the main thing that I
Okay.
really caught with in school. Like, all the music stuff, like, you can learn that on your own. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
you know, in college, you know, it's no one is really gonna baby you anyway.
Yeah.
So you learn that stuff, and you go through experiences as you move along through college
For
and stuff
sure.
like that. So now it's kind of just like, what do you know that you can bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? What are the things that you can work on for yourself, enough so when it's time for you to actually go out there and start trying stuff,
Yeah.
100% you believe in yourself, and you know that even if you take a L, it's just a lesson. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You got to always learn to pick yourself back up. So
Right.
that's something that I credit like school for.
Okay. Now let's get into you and your music that you've made and put out.
Okay.
So I know it's probably okay. So the first song that was listed on your Apple Music was a song called "Temp" with another artist named Scotty.
Mhm.
So talk to me about some of the musical friends and whatnot, your crews and whatnot, who you might have met, who helped your creative process, and how you
Oh man.
how it came to be you putting out your first song and ultimately your first project on my own.
Well, shoot. Um, I really should have. I should have added this when you asked me about my musical journey, because this
For
was
sure.
actually
Okay.
one of the, if not the most important part of my journey.
Okay.
When I transferred to Tennessee State, I got my first my first real beat placement from Fetty Wap. So it was a song that I produced for him called Bahamas, and I didn't really know about it until like I was in my band camp, and I was
Yeah.
kind of just like doing my own, just doing my thing there, and it made me realize that I could actually be a producer.
Yeah. Well, wait, hold on. So you said Fetty Wap? No, I'm serious. Like I'm serious.
Oh yeah,
And hey, I wanted to clarify. You produced a song for Fetty Wap?
yeah, for sure.
For sure. Okay, so all right, pause that. Talk to me about that and how that came about. For because at around the time, I'm assuming, Fetty Wap he wasn't a lane. This is like
Yeah, he
Fetty
was. Yeah,
Wap.
he was making a run for sure.
Yeah,
I caught him at a good time. Um, but see, in that aspect, um, I didn't even meet him.
Oh, okay.
Like
Still.
I was just while I was at LSU and started making beats, I was actually like finding websites to send my beats out. So there was like I think there was like a website called sendbeats2.com,
Yeah.
and they would have like different like artists. Oh, this artist is looking for beats. Send beats to this email. And for a long time, I couldn't figure out how Fetty Wap got my beat in the first place.
Yeah.
For a while now, because I had to be like, someone told me about it,
Yeah.
and they was like, I think Fetty Wap got on one of your beats, and completely dumbfounded, like didn't know anything about it. So I looked into it. I was like, oh, this is actually and it was look at Bahamas, like check it out. So on YouTube I think it dropped around like June or July. So I found this out around August, like the end of August, around my birthday.
Yeah.
And it was at like 500,000 views on YouTube, and I was like, damn, like what do I do next? Like,
Yeah, right? Yeah. Like really?
I was
What
like,
do you
dang,
do?
how do I reach out to him? Like, do I need to find a lawyer or whatever? And that situation, like, I learned a lot from that situation. One, the song was not part of an album, so I wasn't getting paid as far as like an album. I would get paid like in advance, like, or something like that. So there was really like no backhand work for real.
Yeah.
Since it came out as a mixtape, it was like out on SoundCloud, YouTube and stuff like that. So I found a lawyer when I got back home, like around like winter break, but I wasn't able to get more money off of it because I didn't copyright the beat. So like they could have claimed ownership of that shit. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, like, you know what I'm saying? But I still kind of reached out anyway, because there was a website that I thought I was copywriting my music, but no, I was just typing in information. I didn't really send it off to like the actual copyright headquarters up in, I think it's New York,
Okay.
or New Jersey, or one of them. And I literally only got I got some back end money from something called Sound Exchange,
Okay.
which every artist and every producer should know about Sound Exchange.
All right. One more time for the people. What is it called?
It is called Sound Exchange.
All right,
It is another way of getting paid for. It takes your mechanical royalties and pays you. So album sales, streaming from whatever platforms, apart from like a PRO as like ASCAP and BMI. Like, I know plenty of people heard what that is, but those are they collect your performance royalties. So anytime you perform a song out at a venue, anytime your song is played in stores, in the mall, on the radio, you know what I'm saying, on TV, that's where that money comes in. But Sound Exchange is strictly for like album sales and streaming. You won't get paid from a PRO for stuff like that. So that's like one of the main like places you get paid off of. So they sent me some paperwork to to collect my royalties from there as well. And they also gave me like a quick like band, as far like for an advance. I
Yeah.
think it was a band or like 1,500 or something like that. But
Solid.
I couldn't really capitalize on it because copyright. I didn't
Yeah.
protect the music that I was putting out and stuff like that. That's what made me really like study like music business after that. I was like, okay, you know what? Instead of studying music performance, like something that I'm already really good at,
Yeah.
I want to study the business so I can make sure something like that never happens again.
Right.
Or at the least, I'll be able to collect absolutely everything that I'm owed.
Right.
So that
Right.
situation like that never have to be like, oh, what do I do next? Like I did the first time. But it was a blessing to see like a big artist like that,
Yeah.
like kind of like just finding my music and actually
Using
getting
it.
on it
Yeah.
and using it. Like it was such a big thing for me because it made that solidify like, okay, you know what, I can really do this.
Yeah.
If I know the right stuff and I find the right people to help me, I can actually like I can make a living off this. I can actually like be in the industry and do this.
Yeah.
So ever since then, like I would get different placements, So for a while now, I was just making beats and being a producer. I have my own artist. His name is Prince Scooter.
Okay.
At the time, produced like a lot of songs for him. We had a team, we had a label, this, that, and the third. But for a while, after that, I was in a slump,
Okay.
kind of sort of in a real dark place. I lost my best friend pretty early. Um, she passed away while she was in college from the sickness. It ate me up a lot, and I think that was one of the reasons why I kind of like just fell back, and started really focusing on music, having that inspiration,
Right.
and I started realizing, man, like I'm producing stuff for people and getting these placements. But like, at a point, it didn't seem like nobody was. The more that I would try to send out stuff, like, it didn't really seem like anybody was trying to get on it.
Yeah. It's like it wasn't getting received.
It wasn't
Yeah,
getting
you were
received the way that
receiving
I
the
thought.
same
Yeah.
energy that you was putting out.
I really like something that producers go through a lot
Uh huh.
is when we make these fire beats and then they'll tell us it's fire, but we hear nothing from them ever. I don't really care how fire my beats are to an artist. I just want you to use them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I'm making these for y'all.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure all producers like kind of have that problem. But in my case, it bothered me so much because I'm just like, so what am I doing this for? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get on my own stuff.
I like that. Hey.
I was like, I'm gonna start learning how to record, and that's when I met Scotty.
Okay.
So, and me and Scotty, man, bro, he changed my life, really. He taught me how to record,
Okay. Shout
how
out
to
to
make
Scotty.
music. Shout out to my bro. In exchange, I had an apartment at school.
Okay.
I was like, come move in with me. Bring your studio setup.
Oh, okay.
I taught him how to enhance his beats
Mm.
and make like crazy ass beats.
Okay.
He taught me how to become an artist.
All right. So
That was the exchange.
expound on. You said being an artist. Define that.
Recording my own music, releasing my own music,
Mm-hmm.
promoting my own music,
Okay.
everything that a music artist pretty much goes through. I learned it through him first, and I also learned it through my artist Prince Scooter, because they recorded their own music. They didn't go to no studio or anything like that. So I learned how to engineer through Scotty as well. I didn't know how to engineer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that he necessarily taught me how to write. That was something that I kind of had to just develop and just kind of use as repetition.
Right.
The more that I recorded, the better I got.
Okay.
And I learned that through Scotty.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? But he pretty much just taught me the basics, like of how to actually record a full song, get through a full song, and and actually like put it out there.
Yeah.
So I was on my first song that I literally ever recorded was it was a feature from one of Scotty's old tapes. I think it was Scotty Volume One.
Okay.
I was on there twice, and I know you know Moody.
Yep.
So
Sir.
around the
Shout
time,
out Moody.
yeah, shout out to Moody. Around the time that I was learning how to record, Moody was as well.
Okay.
So he was recording himself at my apartment as well.
All right.
So we all kind of like came together and we was working on our craft together. And this was around like I think either I think it was my junior year going into my senior year of college.
Okay.
So this was like my last year. I was gonna graduate and everything else, but I learned how to record that year before I left. I was just working on my craft. Every time band practice was up or my classes were done, I was in the studio. Me and Scotty was in the studio. Like I said, I had an apartment, so I didn't really have that much money. We we was living off of buying packs of water, you know what I'm saying, and baked
Okay.
potatoes.
All right, for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying?
The grind. The
you
grind.
know, so we were surviving
For sure.
for sure. But we really love the music, so we were just working on that and becoming better at it. And I owe him everything really, because I would have never been like I've never would have gotten to this point without Scotty for sure.
Okay.
So around that time we recorded Temp as well.
Okay.
So that's where that song came about. It ended up as Scotty's song. So he dropped it. I was a feature, and that was like another one of my first like coming outs. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh dang, like Kasio is recording now. He's not just making beats. He's actually like recording, and he's actually like pretty fire.
Yeah.
Like he's actually pretty good at it. I didn't really expect to be like really good from the jump like that.
Yeah.
I thought that I was going to be like a work in progress, but it felt so natural to me. And that's kind of how like me playing the saxophone was.
Yeah.
Like when I first started playing saxophone, I was just naturally good at it.
All right.
I could hold a note. I was playing very, very well. I was in the top band as a beginner.
Okay.
So music was just always in me. I was always musically inclined.
Yeah.
So I kind of just took that and ran and just found ways to get better when I got out of college. So shout out to Scotty for sure.
Shout out. Yeah.
Absolutely,
Okay.
man.
Yes, sir. So talk to me about. Okay, so now you're recording. You're not just making beats.
Yeah.
So talk to me about what made you say, "Screw it, I'm gonna put out my own project," and how that process was like, how you came about with the artwork, what you possibly wanted your theme to be like, how many songs you wanted on the project and or album, and those type of things.
I saw Scotty getting prepared for his album that I was featuring on.
Okay.
And Temp was the single for it.
All right.
So I was pretty much watching his process of like how he was doing his rollout for Scotty Volume 1 at the time.
All right.
And I was just getting hella like recommendations, like you should drop a project, like you should go ahead and like drop a project, like just do something. It's like, you like you really fought with this, like you know what I'm saying. I really like how you coming. So I released a single. I was recording a single around that time. It was about maybe 3 months before I graduated. I did a single with my other artist, Prince Cooler, that I'm talking about.
Okay.
And we had a song called Nothing Else. So
all right,
that song is extremely old, but it did so well.
Okay.
Like I think like for starters, like for me starting out, like I had like around like 10 to 15,000 streams. That's hard.
My
mind was blown. Like I was like, I cannot believe this shit.
Wait, this is my account. This is mine.
Yeah,
I did this.
I'm like, where is this coming from? Like, and this was off of like Spotify alone.
Yeah.
At the time, I was learning Spotify around the time. But every time like I drop music, like I've always exceeded my expectations, and it was just so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like I could never really understand it. Like I hardly did any promotion. Like
Yeah.
I was just telling people to check out my stuff.
Yeah.
So word of mouth has always been like my specialty. Like
Yeah.
that's what's been getting my music out. When people will tell other people about what I'm doing. And it was like, yeah, he was a producer first, but look at this, like, and look at all that stuff. So that kind of led me into like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do a project. Like, I'm gonna actually work on a project. I'm not gonna do a lot of songs. I don't think I need to. I think maybe a good 11 to 12.
Okay.
You know, and one of the things that when On My Own Volume 1 came out, that was me kind of like, that was kind of me just being, you know, the title kind of says it on its own.
For sure.
But in this case, it was more kind of like I went through this stage of being an artist, and although somebody helped me, I felt like I still had to figure it out on my own regardless. Like,
Sure.
like I've watched and I observed people, but I was never spoon fed.
Right.
I still had to figure out like my own beats that I had to record on, how to engineer my own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I wanted to really figure all that out on my own. You know, because I felt like I just trust myself more than, you know, than others at the time.
Yeah.
I wanted to really kind of see like just what I can bring to the table for myself.
Right.
Before I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna use you, and I'm gonna use you to kind of help me enhance it. I just wanted to see what I could do for myself. So On My Own Volume 1 was very sentimental to me because all of that, I think there's only probably one song on there that I didn't produce.
Okay.
Maybe like, I think like maybe one or two. But I wrote all the music, engineered it, you know, promoted.
Yeah.
I put it out, you know, myself. This was my learning stage of how to be an artist.
Okay.
Now that I've seen what Scotty did and what Screw did, it was time for me to go ahead and see like
What Kasio can do.
what can Cass do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
You need your microphone.
oh, sorry about that.
Okay.
And I need it was a lot better than I thought. Like,
Sure.
once again, exceeding expectations, getting, you know, thousands of streams or whatever. It was a successful project. People are still talking about one song on there called Silent.
I ain't gonna lie, that's my favorite song off the album. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like it's crazy you brought that up. That's my favorite song off that project.
Facts.
Yeah.
I remember that. I wrote it. I wrote it at my ex crib at the time. And I kind of just wanted to tell a story. That was another reason why I wanted to record.
Okay.
I wasn't really like, I was motivated to make songs, but like hearing other people's stories is what kind of got to me, you know? And I wanted to kind of grab those stories and make it my own, you know what I'm saying? And actually create something that people can relate to,
Yeah.
you know? And Silent was one of them ones that was just like I could definitely relate to this motherfucker. Like you talk, like you over here talking about a female not messing with you, but you know that the person that she with is doing all this stuff behind her back.
Yeah.
Like
toxicity at its finest.
Woo!
Like, you feel me? Like
it was hitting. And that was that one song. It gotten so much attention that I actually started leaning towards the R&B side, because that was my R&B track of the project.
Okay.
You know, majority of the other songs, it was more. It had a little bit more, you know, 808 bass. You know, very melodic rap bass. I was doing a lot of that type of stuff, but my Silent was that R&B track. It was like, oh snap, he actually he took it there, like.
Yeah.
And you know, I was a lot of my folks after that, they was like, I think you should that's fine, but Silent, like, I definitely think you should enhance on that type of sound. Like that was a crazy vibe that you brought in, for sure. So I started focusing on R&B a little bit more, just finding the versatility in that. Um, and what song came out after that? I think it was
Yep,
Reckless.
that was the
Yeah, I
next
think.
song I was gonna ask
Yeah,
you about. So,
and then
because how
Reckless
do you
came
go
about.
from on my own to just the word reckless? That a word, just hearing the word like that, it
Mhm.
makes you think. So, talk to me about reckless, and then into the next project, which was Love Intentions Issue One.
Uh, Reckless was inspired by a breakup that I had.
Oh, we've all been through it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've all been through
yeah.
it.
But apart from like its from its reggae feel and its dance hall feel that it
Okay.
had, Reckless was my most successful song up to date.
Okay.
It was my most successful song up to date. Now that got like 150,000 streams.
All right. So, what was the feedback on that song like? Because you said on my own. You said Silent got the reception it got. So, obviously, yes, it was popular. But what type of reception? What were the people telling you about Reckless?
It's what they were saying was something that I wasn't really expecting because what I was talking about was very like it was very sentimental. They weren't worried about that at
Hmm.
all
Okay. Yeah.
because of the beat and like how hot, like how energetic like the song was.
Yeah.
Um, you would think that what I'm talking about in the song is something for a more slower, like a more slower type of beat,
Uh huh.
a more darker type of beat,
Okay.
but I made it kind of more clubby.
Ah.
You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? So Reckless hit a lot of playlists at the
For
time. It
sure.
hit a lot of like a lot of people wanted to play it on like their internet radio stations and stuff
Hmm.
like that and have it on repeat.
Yeah.
So that's where all of those streams and all of those sales was starting to come from there.
Okay.
I never really had like, oh, this song is really special to me because this was like oh man, this song is fire.
Yeah.
Like I can't stop dancing to it.
For sure.
it was one of those songs. It
For
was one of
sure.
those that'll get up and make you move.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where you didn't even really care about what the words were.
Yeah.
You just like how the hook went.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what
I
I'm
was one of
saying?
them. One of them. One of them. All right.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
one. It was one of those.
them.
Just like it was just catchy. Like
Yeah.
it was catchy and it just caught fire.
All right. For sure.
So I wanted to build more so off of that, and actually, um, I had a small little tape that came out before Love Intentions issue one, in response to Reckless, and it was actually on my own volume two, and that's actually like that's one of my crazy. I don't blame you. It's hard to find.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Yeah, because I'm over here looking on my notes like, why isn't that on here? And it's like, no, it's fine. Okay.
Yeah, that song is actually very, very hard to find.
Okay.
It's very that project is very hard to find. Um, that's my darkest project.
Okay. I completely understand.
That's my darkest project. It's actually one of those projects that I don't like going back to.
Okay.
Um, because I was in a really dark space at the time. Like I said, I was going through a breakup and everything. So a lot of those songs was very sentimental.
Mhm.
But for a lot of folks, it's one of their favorite projects. Like not even Love Intentions. It was on my own volume too. But I threw it to the side. But I'm actually gonna I'm gonna redrop it again.
Okay.
Get it remastered.
All right.
Because the response that it got, I didn't expect that either. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of like I just cast it aside. I didn't I didn't want to. I never really wanted to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I was just feeling a real type of way, like around that time.
You had to get some shit off your chest.
Basically, that's all that project was to me. It was something that I really needed to get off so I could move forward.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, then it makes sense then because after that comes Love Intentions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Love Intentions issue one.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to me about the shift between that and then, you rediscovering who you are, how you've grown and everything, and what made you want to drop that?
I was
getting back into that mood again.
I was recording song after song after song after song after song for about like a good 6 months to a year. I was recording damn near almost every day um, at my bro's studio. At the time, I didn't have a studio necessarily.
For sure.
I didn't have like my own equipment or
Yeah.
anything just yet.
Uh-huh.
This was the time where I started like kind of enhancing, like, okay, I want to now I'm engineering like my own stuff and I'm actually getting really good at it.
Yeah.
um Love Intentions issue 1 was kind of more like a like, oh, okay, he's upgraded. That was the upgraded project. That was the one that was like,
I'm
oh
bossing up.
man,
Yeah.
like his pen game gotten better, the production is better, the way that he's moving on the songs and flowing, like you can tell that he's really been working on his craft,
Yeah.
you know. And I don't want to put too much out. I did like a little five, like a little four, a little four piece or whatever.
For sure.
Issue 1 and issue 2 was just like that. um but my and I do want to drop an issue 3 and issue 4. This is a series
Okay.
almost, like, so Love Intentions kind of explains it on its own. It talks about what I think love is,
Mm.
my way of loving someone,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, that can easily be misunderstood by how you feel like love should go,
For
you know what
sure.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
So there was a song on there, like, my first song on there, it was the intro, it was called Tina's Interlude. um, and that song, Tina, that's my mom's name, so this song was
Okay.
actually a tribute to my mother, where she told me a long time ago that you really need to find out who you are first before you try to love someone.
Mm. Shout out to my dudes. That's a bar.
If you don't figure out who you are and the things that you like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, you'll end up hurting somebody, and you don't even mean to,
Yeah.
like, because this is what you think love is, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My way of loving somebody was not the way that my partner wanted to be loved.
Hmm.
And that's when I started making all these issues and preparing the series. Like, it
Okay.
just under, like, I wouldn't say that I was apologizing for for who I am.
Yeah.
You
But
know what
you're
I'm saying?
definitely taking accountability.
I'm taking accountability.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm taking accountability. This is what I think, like, love should go. And although I'm thinking this way, that does not necessarily mean that's how love should go. This is just the things that I like. Like, these are the things that I prefer. The message was to always be considerate of how other people want to be loved.
Yep.
That's Love Intentions, like, as a whole,
Yeah.
pretty much. Like, that project really solidified, like, not really necessarily saying get over yourself, but be more considerate of how other people want to be, like, loved and perceived. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not about you and what you think, like, things are supposed to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In ways you might think that, oh, like, I'm doing this for me, it was like, I was more of a acts of service type of guy,
For
you
sure.
know. That was like my love language, more so to speak. I was more into providing,
Okay.
and to be honest, I still am.
All right.
But um, from a woman's perspective, like, a lot of it is just about the little things that you do. You
Mhm.
know, the coming home at night, not being out all night, and
Yeah.
being with, your significant other, and stuff like that. Like, those type of things is really what they remember the most. Not you going out and, I mean, of course, go out and, fulfill your dreams, but always find time for your,
Yeah.
what
For
I'm
your boo.
saying?
You feel?
Always find time for your little shawty. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
never, don't get too caught up in ambition,
So.
and appreciate what you have around you right now. don't have so much greed. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Don't don't see what you have and be like, you know what, I love what's going on, but I want more.
Yeah.
Really take the time to step back and appreciate what's around you. You know what I'm saying? And tend to that. You know what I'm saying? More so to speak. That's love intention was something to teach me how to just be more than what I see myself as
Good.
far as love goes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Okay, cool. So okay, I like that. So after that, you ended up dropping a song called Reassurance. One of my more favorite songs. I'm not gonna lie. I rock with Reassurance. So talk to me about and it's like the more we talk, the more I see how
How
everything
everything
everything just
aligns,
flow.
right?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
like okay, you got love intentions
I can say the
and then
same thing.
reassurance. It's
I can
like
say the
okay,
same
so
thing about reassurance. Like these are just the things that I've learned of about love. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Reassurance is one of those things that I would consider the little things that you can do.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Absolutely
always it's like while you're going out and doing what you're doing,
right,
when you're focusing on that little stuff, that's reassurance of you appreciating what you have.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And apart from the song just being like just a straight vibe,
Facts,
like
facts.
apart from it being a straight vibe, um, you know, my thing was just the pen game, the lyrics,
Okay,
and the message being received. Everything is aligning all the way down to like to volume to issue 2, all the other songs that I've been putting out. I think I put out another one called Love Bomb
yep.
with my boy Kasio Dwayne.
So and that's literally the next topic. So
That's the next
talk,
one too.
yes. So talk to me about Love Bomb.
Man, bro, um, that caught fire.
Okay, shit blew up like a bomb.
Yeah,
Literally.
that caught fire because I a lot of people like my folks didn't really they've never really heard a song where somebody was talking about somebody love bombing somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was quite a topic. I don't really like there are songs that are probably like that, but me using it in that terminology was kind of just like, damn, that really is love bombing. Like being all up on somebody and really kind of like enjoying them as part of like a honeymoon phase and not really understanding like there can be trials and tribulations like
Facts.
throughout like love is not like love is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful thing, but there are some dark times.
Yes.
There are some real dark times when you're in love with somebody, like like
Facts.
and that strength and that bond
That's
is
the
what's
test.
gonna is
Yeah.
what's gonna keep it together. You know what I'm saying?
Yup.
When you like when somebody is love bombing you, it seems like what they're doing, like what they're doing to you is almost fake in a sense. Like it just goes back to that word honeymoon phase because I think I made a song like that on issue 2 for Love Intentions issue 2, but it just kind of just goes back to that like you're so stuck on the good times and and things of that nature, but fold when things start to go left.
Yep.
And then you're so willing to leave that situation and this, that, and the third. Like, show me who you really are. You know what I'm saying? And keep a consistent pace on that. You know what I'm saying? Don't don't love me so crazy around the first couple of months and then you start changing and
Yeah.
start acting different. Like I don't know who you are because that's not what you showed me in the beginning.
Get right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I don't like being loved by, to be honest.
Okay.
Me personally, I appreciate love, but like in that aspect, it's kind of like I still need to know the real you
For sure.
at
As
the
you
end of the
should.
day. You know what I'm saying? Because those times are just as, if not more important, than a loving situation. That's so easy. That's so easy to grasp.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like because I mean from a psychological standpoint, You know what I'm saying? That's something that we want.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We
absolutely.
yearn love. We yearn that type of energy.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So when you're getting the opposite of that, you're not prepared. You're not
Yeah,
prepared to really handle it. You don't know how to talk it out with your partner.
for sure.
How to make up for it. You know what I'm saying? And still stick together through those tough times.
For sure.
When you're love bombing somebody, you don't see those things.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You're expecting that love to be there forever.
yeah,
So at the moment that it's not there for some reason, it don't even have to be your fault. It could be the fact that the other person is just going through something.
facts.
Like the times when they probably don't need you to do all that. They just need you to support
For
and
sure.
just know that you're there for them.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like we not like we don't think about that. We think about, oh dang, he ain't like Shotty or dude ain't loving me the same. You know what I'm saying? He's
yeah,
going through all this stuff, but he's not loving me the same no more. And you don't know how to act.
facts.
Like you wanna leave that situation because you're not feeling that anymore.
Yeah,
Bro, that's one of
it's almost like being stuck in a rock and a hard place in a
that is a
sense.
huge mistake. That
Yeah,
is a huge mistake. You'll because you'll miss those times that y'all actually had. Those are actually really great times, and you probably will never get that again. You know what I'm saying? Because of that one moment where that person probably just really needed you for support, and for you to just be there. So Love Bomb was actually it was one of them ones for sure. It
okay.
was one of them ones that made you dance. One of the ones that kind of got you moving, but the message was just as important. So I think a lot of people was gravitating towards that song for sure.
All right,
So
for
I just
sure.
wanted to just keep that going, and kind of like, okay, so these are the things that that Casio really, you know, that wants to kind of share. You know,
Yeah,
want to really give these messages out. Like, bro, just get over yourself. If you really wanna love somebody, if you really want to fall in love and stuff, it starts with you, like
yeah,
through and through. You know, you can go out and search and find whatever, but I promise you, the moment that you find yourself, it will be right there waiting for you.
for sure.
Facts. Like I've seen it. Like
Okay.
I've seen it happen. Like people have changed their lives around for the better, and then not even just finding love, like everything just starts gravitating, all the positive things, all the blessings that were waiting for you, that God had in store for you.
Yeah,
Now that you finally found yourself, and you're in this peaceful mindset, and you know who you are as a person and what you like and what you don't like, that type of stuff, people will gravitate. Like blessings will gravitate. You'll
yeah,
start understanding, like, yeah, this is the situation that I was yearning for. I might have not understand it at first, but because I've worked on myself, like now that I got what I got, I know how to take care of it.
for sure.
I don't like I don't plan on losing this because this is what I worked for.
For
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? So
Yeah,
yeah.
I love these answers,
Yeah,
dog.
for
I'm not
sure.
gonna cap. I notice you're very emotionally intelligent and aware and self-aware and of everything.
Yeah.
Because I'm just here, like I feel like I'm getting advice from somebody on how to love better. Because I personally been, like me in my love life, I've been focusing on me, being
Facts.
in a relationship with myself.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
that way, and it's like you said, when you find yourself and you know yourself, it ain't gonna be all this rigmarole and complicated. It's gonna
Yeah.
be easy. So
You'll be able to let things go a lot more actually too as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
You'll know what's meant for you in your life. So whenever somebody walks away, even a friend, it don't even have to be as as big and significant as a lover. Even
yeah,
with friends, you know what I'm saying? You know who's just meant to be there and who's not meant to be there. And when they walk out of your life, or when you decide to walk away from that situation, you're you're not even sad about it. You're relieved. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You're like, man, finally. Like Like even if you have to start over, like you just like, man, I'm grateful that I'm starting over the right way.
For
Like I'm
sure.
doing things the right
Facts.
way. Like
Facts. Yes.
I don't care
Preach.
how many times I don't care
Preach.
like that stuff. I don't care how many times it takes. You know what I'm saying?
Preach.
That as long
Preach.
as I'm going on the right path every single time, I'll
For
take all
sure.
the time that I need, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Yeah.
like. I like. So
Keep going.
let's
Talk to
all
me.
right. So silent part two.
Um. Mm, mm. Woo, man. Silent part two was personal.
Okay.
That was mad personal.
All right. So what exactly made it mad personal?
What's the first thing I said in there? It's crazy. I've been with you since day one, and you've been searching for new love. Girl, stop.
Oh boy, yeah, yeah. That right
Couldn't
there.
stay with me when I was down low,
Mm.
but now I'm not thinking about you. I'm on top. Like, man, uh, just me, just me finally. I'm finally getting over my hurt and my pain. Really, that's what silent part two is.
I'm happy for you.
That,
That's growth. That's growth. Like that ass. That's growth. You
that's
feel
what
me?
silent part two is. That was me actually like this. That was solidifying. Like it's time for a new chapter.
Okay.
It's time for me to actually like let go of everything that I've been holding in, all the music that I've been making, the music that I've been planning. I want to talk about other things now. Um, I want to talk about like I want to hear other people's stories now because I was still always big on that. Like I made my own stories with with everybody else's stories, but the way that I was feeling will always take over from the songs all the way down to Love Intentions Issue 2. Silent Part 2 was just that was probably the most personal one.
Okay. Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't really care how that was perceived.
All right.
I didn't really care what people thought about that song.
All right. So this one was truly for you. You want another? All right. That's good.
Yes, yes. Silent Part 2 is definitely for me and for me.
All right.
But I wouldn't say that I wouldn't say that it was necessarily a continuation for Silent Part 1. The stories are actually pretty different. But I just understood like I remember how I felt when I wrote Silent. So Silent Part 2, I was feeling that same way, but I didn't write it.
Mm.
I didn't write it at the time. I just went into the studio and just like
Just went. Locked in and went.
I was locked in.
So.
I was locked in. I was by myself. I had a little blunt or whatever, and I was just, I just let the emotions take over.
Yeah.
Cause that's where like my music that's how my music had the most success. Like if I'm feeling it, you know what I'm saying, and I bring it out there, I know you gonna feel it.
Yeah.
Like you feel it too. So Silent Part 2 is just one of them ones like, if you really just kind of just want to get away from that darkness and that past that you've always been trying to get away from.
Yeah.
That's the song that you need to listen to.
Okay.
That's that song where you really like, man, like I'm a new person now. Like,
Yeah.
like I have faith that I've changed.
Yeah.
And I have faith that even you changed. So this is where our situations and our trials and tribulations part ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is where I want to sign off. Like, and I want to move forward.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that for you.
So that was a personal one for me. It was like I'm definitely I'm probably gonna be listening to that forever. For sure. Yeah. I love that one. That's one of my favorites. Absolutely.
All right. So talk to me about Love Intentions 2. Love Intentions issue 2.
Issue 2 was actually more it was more energetic than issue 1 in my opinion.
Okay.
I think probably the more Sentimental song was, like I was talking about before, a song called Honeymoon Phase.
Hmm.
Connects with Love Bomb a lot, you know what I'm saying? Give me the real in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? I want to know who you are right then and there, like right here, right now. So I know, like, if I want to move forward with you or not, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Let's not waste each other's time and pretend that we're trying to be somebody because of how everything's going. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, let me know what you believe in. Let
Yeah.
me let me know your flaws, you know what I'm saying? Let me know the things that you feel like you should work on. Let me see the things that I feel like you should work on that you probably not telling me. I can just see by your actions. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Let
Facts.
me let me see all of that stuff. I want to see that there right now. So not only I'm aware, but I'm prepared as well. I can
Facts.
I can know if, okay, I can handle that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Or I'm actually willing to handle that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Honeymoon Phase is a big deal. That's my favorite song on there. And another one called Looking for You. It has like a little disco vibe,
Okay.
a little funk disco vibe feel for it. But more energetic, like I said. There was a song. Oh, Choices.
Okay.
Whoo, man.
All right.
Shout out to Moody. He was a feature on it. Um, that song is probably what's been gravitating the most on that record. But issue two, I wasn't really trying to get into like meaning
Hmm.
as much anymore. Um, because like I said with Silent Part Two, I was really signing off with my feelings on that. On just how I've been feeling like throughout. Issue two is kind of more like a fun way of me kind of like getting out of that. Like,
Yeah.
I just wanted to create different vibes. Simply put, like each song on there is not the same genre,
Okay.
you know. So with Choices with Moody, that was the first song on there. Um, R&B vibe for sure, but it was kind of more like that. It had a bounce to it. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like late night, 2 a.m. East Atlanta, Candler Road, like all like
Yeah.
even from the hook, like it was really catchy. It was one of them ones like, oh
That's
snap,
it. Yeah.
like what you doing? Like
Turn that
what?
shit up.
Yeah. So I wanted to keep that vibe going. Issue two has gotten a little bit more love than issue one just from the energy. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, I feel like I make a lot of waves and a lot of vibes on my music. So I kind of just wanted to make something more like I could talk about the same stuff, but just make it more uplifting
Yeah.
and have something like that everybody could like take a piece of and just be
Hmm.
like, this is my song. Like a
So.
lot of people actually really like LFY. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My favorite song on there is Honeymoon Phase.
Yeah.
Um, but the people like around me, like the people that I know, they really love Choices.
Okay.
So just from that alone, like everybody's favorite song is not the same, and that was the goal for issue two.
Yeah. Okay.
Like even though it was 4 songs, like there's not one song that stood out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted all of them to have like its own type of energy that the audience and the listener can kind of like, that's my own little song. Let me put it on my playlist.
All right.
You
For
know what I'm
sure.
saying? So, you know, signing off once again,
All right.
but just having a more uplifting approach with it.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Cool.
saying?
All right. So before we get up out of here, something I think I'm gonna start doing moving forward
Hmm.
because I really just enjoy just a good conversation. And I like you said before we started, I don't really have a guideline on how I'm.
True that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
for
take a
sure.
few notes, and then
Mhm.
just go from there. So, what is one topic you want to talk about? I think I'm gonna do this moving forward with everybody.
Um,
If there is a topic you would like to speak on, if not, that's completely fine too.
I kind of okay. Um, I care about others, so
Okay.
I don't want people to go through what I went through industry wise.
Okay.
So anybody that's looking for like guidance on how to do certain things in the industry, like we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
protecting your music,
Yeah.
um, you know, learning contracts and stuff like that,
Mhm.
like I always want to talk about stuff like that. Like just give folks like a heads up and just a couple of pointers that I wish that I've learned like back in the day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I, I'm more so kind of like want to uplift. I don't really gossip.
Yeah.
Um, I don't really talk about other things. You know, I do have certain opinions on topics. You know, unless you ask.
For sure.
But I'm not really a huge gossiper. I like talking about music. Um, you know, people's albums and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and how I feel about them. But majority of the stuff that I want to bring out, even from like my content in the future, like yo, if you really want to do this,
Yeah.
like if you really want to make it in the industry, like understand that it's hard to do. This is not like music is a beautiful thing, and me as a music creative, I get caught up in music
Okay.
and tend to not really, I wouldn't say necessarily care
Mhm.
about the business aspect and marketing and promotion and stuff like that, but I cast it to the side a little bit too much.
Yeah. It's never your main
It's
focus.
never my main focus. Now, I'm not saying make it your main focus, but you definitely got to pay attention to stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because eventually, at a certain point, like when you start understanding like reality when it comes to music,
Mhm.
like not only you want to, like if you want to just create music, do that. Like anybody can do that.
Right.
But I know that deep down, people want to make money off this.
For sure.
Like deep down, you can say how much you don't care about the money and this, that, and the third, bro.
Facts.
Like
You want to be
you
compensated.
care, like
Yeah.
you care at least a little bit, bro.
Yeah.
You really, because like that's a like making money for me. Making money off of music is a sign of freedom for me.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that I got in the business together and I'm making all this money from music. Now I can spend more time doing what I love, and
Yeah.
that's make music. You know what I'm saying? So, like, focus on marketing and promotion a lot more.
Okay.
Focus on content creating a lot more.
Okay.
The music will always be around. You'll never lose that gift if you got that gift. You know what I'm saying? Always work on it, you know, and enhance it. But do not leave out the stuff that makes you money in this. Like, cause it will make you stop. Like, it'll make you depressed and make you give up. I'm telling you that now. Like, I've seen it happen so many times, but I've also seen people get back up and be like, you know what? I want to make music again.
Yeah.
That love for music will never change.
Okay.
But you will hit a slump when you feel like you're not, like you don't feel like you're getting any reward from it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just like if I ever wanted to talk about anything, like I was just like, I gotta give y'all advice, bro.
For sure.
Like,
So.
like take that advice and use it how you see fit. You have got to focus on all aspects of being an artist. Like just recording is cool and stuff, but I know a lot of artists that don't care about recording. Actually, they care about the creative directing side. I know plenty.
So what's the difference between like
From a visual standpoint, I consider this one of my weaknesses actually.
okay.
You know, since I was a producer first and I've done music first, I don't think about like videos and visuals and stuff like that as often as I should. I don't, you know, I've never had to think about that stuff.
Okay.
That's one of the things that I'm still learning as an artist, as far as like creating content, you know, and things of that nature. You don't start off with that creative ability. That's something that you have to kind of like keep doing and just keep trying. You know what I'm saying? So, but for other folks, like I know people that want to direct movies and they artists, like they want to direct videos and be and have control of over the visual aspect of a music video or a TV show or a film in that type of entertainment business. I
Hmm.
know plenty. Like I know plenty.
Yeah.
You know, like even with Moody, we had a deep conversation about that. He was telling me, he was like, I always wanted to get into that content creating side,
Yeah.
but I just never really found that motivation for it until now,
Hmm.
because he's been enhancing his craft so much in music. It's the same thing for me. That's why I'm speaking on it. Like, we've enhanced so much with music and how we create
Yeah.
that we know as soon as somebody hear what we got going on, man, who are these people?
Yeah.
Like I gotta see what they got going on.
Yeah.
So then what do? Not only they look at your music, they start looking at your page, your social media, and see how you interact with people, how you have like the type of content that you have, and then that's when the leverage kind of comes in, and you be like, he ain't really putting out much content, or
Yeah.
he's not really doing, like, because we're in that type of like world
World.
now.
Yeah.
TikTok was taking over for about like a good 2-3 years.
Yeah, man.
Like, where all the people that were blowing up in music was based off of a TikTok trend.
Yep.
So now that TikTok is about to be banned,
I can't wait to see what's next.
I cannot wait to see what happens next. What's gonna be the new social media thing? I've heard of something called Lemon 8.
I've never heard of that.
It's very that platform is more about being informative.
Okay.
You can make videos and trends and stuff like that, but a lot of it, I've seen a lot of like how to's, a lot of
Okay.
like the stuff, like you heard, like, of course you heard of Chat GPT.
Yes.
It's like people are giving step by steps of how to do certain things, of how to maybe make a dish or some type
Yeah.
of recipe, how to promote yourself.
Yeah.
The job offerings. I think Limit 8 is more beneficial
Okay.
than TikTok. It's not just about entertainment
Yeah.
and visual stuff. Like, people actually are trying to like
Teach you some
teach
shit.
you something.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of that going on with just even from YouTube shorts, and even some TikTok stuff. I mean, you see a lot of like how to's and a lot of like, if you wanna get your credit score up, do this.
Yeah.
If you wanna make money in this type of way, do this.
Sure.
If you wanna create better content with a camera, buy a ring light. It costs it costs XYZ. You can get this. I'll leave a link in the description.
Yeah.
Keep like, information is power. Like, not like knowledge is so universal.
It is.
Like, everybody like everybody's gonna eat that up.
Yeah.
Like, when you're giving somebody information, that's one of the most powerful tools you can give somebody in the world, especially today. Because a lot of folks are really trying to figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
they're really trying to see like how their life is about to go. And with inflation going on, and how politics is kind of just like going on a downward spiral with money and who's running the country and stuff like that.
Facts.
Not gonna get far into that because I don't like really gossiping like that.
Yeah.
But it's just things like that. People need help. Like,
They do.
people really want to know, like, man, what are some folks doing to kind of like to make sure that they're still at least making a living. Like, you see all these TikTok influencers making all these videos talking about nothing, but they getting millions of views. Like, you'll see them like just like doing like one little particular dance,
Yeah.
and they get like 5 million views off of it. A shawty who bad as hell,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, just dancing and getting 10 million views with a comment saying, "What's all that movement back there?" You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts, though.
and she is making bread. Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about like from every single video, and then they got nice houses.
Yeah.
Like, they living in 3-story houses with just themselves, no family, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we get that? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, with us doing the things that we love to do. Like, how can we still, like, is there a chance?
Yeah.
Like, let me know if there's even at least a chance. You know what I'm saying? If there
Sure.
is, and you found a way to do it, what was your steps? What did you do?
Sure.
Maybe I can take that information and mold it as my own in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm big on information. Like,
Sure.
you know, I want all producers to get paid. You know, it's been a downward spiral on that.
Yeah.
Producers don't get paid enough because they don't know the business. Artists don't know what's going on in their contracts and with their money because, you know what I'm saying, like, they don't know the business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? Like, awareness.
Yes.
Awareness. I'm big on awareness.
Okay.
Big on awareness. Big on knowledge.
All right. That's good. All right. All right. So this is the last part before we get up out of here. I'm gonna
For sure.
throw you some random questions.
Oh Lord.
And you just
Okay.
it's gonna be simple, and you're just gonna give your response.
Okay.
So what is your favorite color?
Blue.
Okay. What is your favorite food?
Pasta. Oh my goodness. I am a pasta junkie.
Pasta junkie. Okay. You got a favorite kind of pasta dish? Are you a spaghetti guy? Or are you an Alfredo guy?
I'm quite basic. I like Alfredo.
Okay.
I prefer shrimp over chicken.
Okay. Why the shrimp over the chicken?
I don't know. Like, I just, I like seafood a lot as
Okay.
well. You know what I'm saying? That'll probably be my second choice of my favorite food. So if I could just put that together and have a shrimp pasta, I'll be very happy.
Okay, cool. So
I'll be very happy. Yeah.
So the next question is, who is your favorite artist of all time? If you don't have one, you can give three.
My favorite artist of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Luther Vandross.
Oh boy, that says a lot about you, my boy. You just said a whole mouthful with that. Okay. Luther. Luther.
Fred Hammond.
Okay.
Kirk Franklin. I'm a huge gospel head as well.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. I grew up in the church.
Amen.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my musical ability came from the church. Actually.
Okay.
You know, the chord progressions, the improv, solos, instrumentation, production.
Yeah.
That came from the church first, for sure. That came from the church first.
And just in case, you are single, right?
Yeah.
Ladies, you single?
Oh man, bro.
What is it? Women of God. He is single. He is single, and clearly he got a whole bunch of emotional intelligence, and he's very aware.
Oh man, bro.
You feel? His IG will be in the description.
Oh man, bro.
But so
Yeah.
also, what is who is an artist that is out right now that you feel is underrated?
Who do I feel that's underrated? Who do I feel that's underrated? Well, he just started getting the respect he deserves, so I can't even call him underrated. But Lucky Day.
Lucky Day. Okay.
Oh my goodness. He is a monster. Oh my god, bro.
All right.
Lucky Day is a monster. Teddy Swims is a monster.
Okay.
And the thing, me,
Yes, sir.
Moody, Scotty DeVille,
Okay.
really my whole circle, Coley Xavier,
Shout out
17.
Shout out 17.
You know what I'm saying? My boy 813 Mondo, the letter M. Like, we're mad underrated.
And all y'all are mad hard.
Yeah, like,
no cap. Every last one of
quite a
me just said.
Like y'all check them out, cause monsters, boy. Like the type of music that we all create. Like, I don't, like, sometimes I don't even think the world is ready.
Yeah.
Like, almost like this is some stuff that, like, you not gonna get this from artists that you hear now. That's Nelly Lovely. Like real deal music. Definitely my circle for sure.
Okay.
Um, you know, but hey,
Sure.
check
All
us out.
right. Yes, sir. All right. What is your least favorite food?
My least favorite food?
Yes, like a food that you probably didn't like growing up, or just something when you hear this like that, it's disgusting.
Black eyed peas.
Black eyed peas,
Black eyed peas, lima beans.
lima beans.
That's
Okay.
that is so gross. That's everything that my dad loves. I
Dang.
just I can't
Okay.
I can't do that. Uh, it used to be, believe it or not, yams,
Okay.
but I actually tried yams like last Thanksgiving. It was pretty good.
All right. Cool.
So I'm off that.
I'm off that.
I'm off that. So we good. Um, yeah, just that.
Okay.
Black eyed peas, lima beans, anything beans, like except for like green beans. I love green beans, but
So,
all that is just, man, I'll throw up if I eat that. I'm sorry, like
Okay.
that joy is so disgusting, dog. No,
all right. So
no, sir.
who? If like, I'm sorry, just no. But if so, two artists. Okay, so if one producer
Mhm.
and one artist were to get together to make an album, who would you like? Who would you like for it to be?
Okay. Put anybody with Pharrell.
Okay, hey,
Pharrell is my number one favorite producer
okay,
of all time. Pharrell. I would love to meet Pharrell
all right,
one of these days. I would like to see him do something with Lucky Day, actually.
all right, okay,
Something real crazy.
all right,
Like
sure.
Pharrell's a monster.
All right.
Any artist who get with Pharrell is gonna go number one. I'm sorry, bro.
All right,
I feel
sure. All right, last question.
for sure.
My name is Kasio, and I am. Finish the sentence. My name is Kasio, and I am.
A child of God.
Okay.
I'm a child of God. I'm a musical guru.
What you talking about? Yes, I like that. In the realest way.
In the absolute realest way. Like music, I do this. Like, hi, I'm Casio and I'm music. Technically, like that's all I revolve myself around. Like, I am a music head through and through. Like, it don't matter what it is. I appreciate all types of music. I'll be willing to make all types of music, and I'm good at all types of music. Simply plain put.
All right. And is there anybody you would like to shout out?
Yeah, man. Shout out to my family for believing in my vision. Shout out to my music creative community. Everybody who support me in any way, shape, or form. Shout out to my team. Shout out to my managers. Shout out to shout out to me. Shout out to you.
I appreciate you, brother.
For bringing me on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to love.
Shout out to love.
Shout out to love. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say shout out to hate, but I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because without you, we wouldn't be able to appreciate or feel the love.
Yeah, we'll be quite blind
Yeah.
in this world. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
All right, for sure. Well, I am David. I appreciate you,
I appreciate
Kasio,
you,
my
dog,
brother.
for sure.
I love
Absolutely.
it. Y'all have a blessed one. Stay safe, man.
Yeah.